Hello, hello. Waiting for some people to come on. Give it a couple of minutes. Kind of started a little early just so I could give you a quick walkthrough of the Creeper Gallery. Hello, everybody. Yes, this time it's me who's doing it. Scary, right? Not John. Let's hope I can do him proud. Welcome to the Creeper Gallery for another New Jersey paranormal investigation of haunted items. We got 3 great new pieces for you tonight. Pretty excited about it. But very quickly, I'm going to turn this camera around and give you a little short tour just for those that have not seen this place. There's always unique and special things here. Settings. I'm going to flip this around as soon as I can find it. There we go. Okay, there's John. Now, very quickly, I'm just going to take you through this so that when you come through the door, I'll slow down so you can see. This is the front of the store. And when you walk in, look at the great artwork and different things. Macabre. This is the mastermind of Donna Marion from the Creeper Gallery and her partner, Madame Clara. There we go. Look at this guy, huh? It's actually a woman, right? She has old eclectic jewelry and things. I call this this reminds me of the Mad Hatter for whatever reason. Very unique pieces of artwork. Madame Clara's work. Everybody knows who that character is by now, right? Just to give you a lot of relics from religious standpoint. I actually love this rosary. My mom actually has one of these. I know. I just want them to get a good look at some of this stuff. It's pretty amazing. Like I said, just giving you a quick tour here. As I'm almost tripping myself. Lovely stuff on the wall. Everywhere. There's not an inch of this place that is not covered. Madame Clara's. Tarot cards. The pins. John's doing his little. And these guys are creepy, right? This is where we're headed. Into the red room we go. There's too much to look at for me to even film, to be honest with you. But right out of the gate, what we're going to start with tonight, and just to give you an idea, the curse box, the Bible, all the little things that she has. In her little locked cases. So tonight we have, as promised, John, I'll give you that to read. The priest assistant hats. It's got that velvet look. And he's pretty cool. There's actually 2 of them. And this is what we're going to be starting with tonight. Okay. Let me flip this around so that you could see John.
While you're flipping around, it should be facing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Haunted hats worn by assistant priests from St. Lucie Orphanage in Newark, New Jersey. That's like 20 minutes from where we live. Early 1900s. That's really all the information, except somebody wrote something with a tragedy is attached to those hats. So that's all we got. We don't have the mediums readings yet. All we have is worn by assistant priest from St. Lucie Orphanage in Newark, New Jersey, early 1900s. So we'll try to find out what the tragedy is and who's willing to talk to us. You never know.
You don't. That's for sure.
You want to start?
No, I'll let you do it. That's your
I
you
reckon-
love your. Come on, give me these. We have items. We have 3 items picked out for tonight, but we're going to introduce them as we go tonight.
So real quick, I'll show you guys. People who've been watching us kind of have an idea, but if you're new watching us for whatever reason, everything we have around the object, these are called tripwires. They react to energy, surges in EMF, electromagnetic fields. We have them this way, we have them that way. These lanterns react the same way to energy. They change colors. If there's a surge, blue all the way to red. These domes right here react to static electricity. I can make them go off by moving my hand around them and changing the colors. Same thing with that one. This is a REM pod, proximity sensor. There's an antenna. If anything were to go near it, I can make music. We also have our Easter eggs. We call them Easter eggs. They're just different color plastic eggs with the word yes and the word no written on them. And they work by touching or vibration. So hopefully if someone wants to answer, especially child spirit, they can touch because we can't see them, we can't hear them. So we have different options for them to kind of move around, to touch different things. We have the SLS camera there. And then we have the new geo vibrating sensor.
Yeah.
That if you either tap,
That's cool.
it's going to play the Godfather music, or stomp, it'll play the Godfather music. So these are the different things we use because, again, we're not mediums. We can't see and speak to hear spirits that way. So everything we have, try to make it easier. We're also going to do EVPs. We have recorders, spirit box. So we're going to try everything. So I'm going to turn the lights off. You need that? Or that's
No,
fine?
I got it. It's for you.
Okay.
Okay. I didn't close this curtain. Does it matter? It should. Yeah, I should close it. There we go. There we go.
All right. So anybody who knows me knows that I'm not a very religious person. My mom had an issue with me not even knowing the Our Father prayer as a kid, and I never learned it as an adult either. I get about halfway through it.
Really?
After that, I kind of lose it. Well, you know.
So even as a kid,
you know, if you know it, you could say it during this investigation. But I don't know the whole thing. I know about halfway. So, but I do my best when it comes to the religious-based items. But orphanage. My mom was in an orphanage when she was little. Her mom had passed away. And I don't know what town it was because they lived in Jersey around Bloomfield and Belleville. So my mom may have actually been in this orphanage. I would have to really look that up to see where she was. Her mom passed. There were 7 of them. And the father couldn't take care of him. He was working. He had no skills being, I guess, a parent, her father. And they all boys went to one orphanage, girls went to another.
Patricia pointed out there was a comment that I missed that said there's a Father Ruggiero at St. Lucie's in the 1950s.
See?
Thank you for that.
So my mom may have been at this orphanage.
No way.
It's possible. It's very, very possible.
Wow. So
she was born in the 30s, so she was probably in this orphanage, if it is this orphanage, probably around 1940-ish, 40, somewhere around there. If it's this one, I would have to look into that.
That's crazy. Somebody said they heard the clock chime, so I need to go shut that. I need to stop it. So do you want me to just hand this to you? I don't want to drag them out there. I just want to make sure we don't get it.
So I'll keep an eye on that for now. Okay. What we know about these hats are that they were worn by assistant priests, I guess not actual priests, but practicing priests, and that these priests belong to an orphanage in Newark, New Jersey, St. Lucie in Newark, New Jersey. So, I want to take that. So here's what we do. If there are any assistant priests or anyone from the orphanage that's around these hats, what we do is we try to communicate with spirits. We've done that for years. These hats have been here for a little while, so maybe you've seen us talk to others. We try to just get information, connect with them, and in your case, it would be great to find out more about the afterlife, about if there is a heaven, what that's like, and just tell us as much as you can. Somebody wrote a tragedy is attached to these hats, so maybe we could discuss that too, if you don't mind. But we've placed a lot of things around these hats that may look different to you, but none of these things will hurt you. These are things that we use to see if spirit is present around the objects that they're attached to or they're connected to. And all they do is light up different colors. If you stand there, if you move your hands around any of these things, if you tap the yes and the no egg, and they'll light up. I was showing you just before. These are the things that we use to try to bridge the connection between us, the living, and those who have passed on. And we've spoken to a lot of people in the past. So I do believe there's an afterlife. I'm not sure how it works, but I do believe there is.
You're getting a little bit of a response off the dome.
And maybe you could kind of help us with that.
I don't know if they could see that.
Okay.
This might be too bright.
Oh, it's kind of lit up all the way around. So again, we have a lot of things that just yeah, there we go. It's kind of flickering right there.
Yep. Guys, see that? It's reacting as John's talking.
So, assistant priests at the orphanage. I'm sure that was a good place to work and probably a sad place to work at the same time. You had a lot of children there who didn't have parents or were like my mom, were kind of left there for whatever reason, different reasons. So I'm sure there were kids there that were happy after a while and other kids that were not happy. See that going around?
Yes.
That's really, really good.
Pretty strong,
So
too.
somebody's kind of moving there. That's static electricity being created underneath the hats. That's a music box behind it that makes music if you just touch it. Everything else works by touch or movement, okay? And if you kind of tap, you're going to hear, well, the Godfather wasn't around when you were, but you'll hear music, okay? So we're going to try.
Oh,
Are you
no,
kidding
it
me?
didn't.
On frigging cue. Are you kidding me?
John.
Holy cannoli. Thank you for that. I really appreciate you doing that. So you're here, you're listening. Are you one of the assistant priests that wore these hats here? You can answer by making that music again or tapping or touching anything you want. Did you? Okay, gotcha.
Huh.
So you wore these hats. I'm going to ask a really strange question here. Do you remember anyone, a young girl, maybe two young girls named Marie and Stella? They were Felicioni. That was their last name. They weren't Ruggieros then. It was Marie and Stella Felicioni, two sisters. They looked a lot alike. They almost looked like twins. That would have been weird. Okay. Okay. So the tragedy that is connected, that people feel is connected, did something happen at the orphanage that's really bad? Some kind of scandal? A death?
Something to do with the children?
So like I said, we're going to try a bunch of different ways to talk to you. We're going to we're going to turn a recorder on. So hopefully we can hear your voice, because if you're talking, we can't hear you right now. But if you were to stand by those hats, we could see you on a special camera that we have. And hearing your voice would be great to find out more about you. I do appreciate you touching those objects there and moving around them. That was
mind blowing.
I saw you cover your mouth. Like,
I did, because I didn't want to ruin it. I was like, oh my God.
So again, I do appreciate you making music by tapping on the table there, and other things started lighting up. But now, how about hearing your voice? That would be the next step, and that would be great. Were you at the orphanage for a lot of years? Were you there a long time? Did you ever become a priest? I know this says assistant priest. I don't know what, again, I'm not real fluent in religion, but were you ever a priest somewhere there or somewhere else?
Edward said, ask if there's something happened during the riots in Newark. I forgot about that.
Oh, you're right there.
Did the tragedy have anything to do with the riots that happened in Newark?
So I'm going to say something a little bit uncomfortable, because my mom did tell me stories about the orphanage, and it wasn't really the priests or the assistants, but it was the nuns. She said that the nuns would beat them and hit them. And I kind of heard that was kind of commonplace back in, especially these days. Yeah, did you see that?
Yes, the light just went.
So the 1900s, probably for a while that was going on, and I don't agree with that at all. I think it's to beat a child, even if they're your own child, is wrong. But to just beat children who are under your care, especially if you're a religious figure, I don't think is acceptable in my mind. But again, that's just me. Let's try to hear your voice. Let's try to see if we could get a name. Whoever this is that is doing this, would be great if we knew your name, because this is all I have. I have what's written on a card here, and I never like just leaving it as this, because we're talking about people who lived a life and dedicated themselves to the church, such as yourself, and should be acknowledged. I know your reward is probably in the afterlife and in heaven, but you should be remembered. So let's try to ask you some questions and see if you'll answer, okay?
Luann says she went to Catholic school. Yes, they hit you, but they didn't beat you. I think it all depended on the type of nurse, type of nun. My aunt went to, she actually was going to become a nun.
And I know my mother wasn't lying. She did not have a good experience at the orphanage. Again, I don't know if it was that one or not. I'm not saying it is. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm turning on a recorder that can capture your voice, and I'm going to put it right on top of the hats. And I'm going to ask you some questions from over here. And I would really, really appreciate it if you could try your hardest to talk and answer the questions. So the way we're going to do this, guys, is...
Oh, you got a light that went right over your head.
So the way we're going to do this, guys, we try to make this as interactive as we can. So you can think of questions now. I'll answer, I don't know, I'll ask probably 4, maybe 5, if I can think of that many. And Chris will keep an eye on I saw it again. Yeah, we're going to talk to you. Just give me 1 second, okay? Chris will keep an eye on the comments and the questions. If you have one, when I'm finished, I'll look at her, and then she'll ask your questions, and she'll leave about 10 to 15 seconds in between. So just think of a question. If I don't ask it, then you guys type it, and Chris will ask it. All right. I'll put this down up here. Put it right here. I asked the question before. Did you ever become a a priest, or were you always an assistant priest? Can you tell me what the tragedy was that people think are connected with this orphanage and those hats? Can you please tell me either your first name or your last name, whichever you would like me to address you? When I mentioned the names of two young girls who were might have been at the orphanage. Uh, my mom and her sister. My mom's name was Marie. Her sister's name was Stella, and their last name was Felicioni. Do you remember them? When I was referencing the abuse by the nuns, I seemed to get a reaction. Did you yourself witness that? If there's something I didn't ask you that you would like me to know, could you please say it now? I would like to know from anyone who is connected to these hats, can you please let us all know if heaven is real?
Was the tragedy because of a fire? Can you tell us your name, please? Why do you haunt these items? Where do you go when you're not here? Did you have a favorite child in the orphanage? And if you did, could you say their name? How many of us are here? Are you at peace?
right here.
What?
I asked the question before. Did you ever become a priest, or were you always an assistant priest?
I'm a priest. I'm a
Oh
priest.
my God, you could hear it.
You hear that?
Yep, I'm a priest.
I'm a priest.
Can you tell me what the tragedy was that people think are connected with this orphanage and those hats? Can you please tell me either your first name or your last name, whichever you would like me to address you? You. When I mentioned the names of two young girls who were might have been at the orphanage. My mom and her sister. My mom's name was Marie. Her sister's name was Stella, and their last name was Filcioni. Do you remember them?
That's when the tripwire light went off down over
When I
there.
was referencing the abuse by the nuns, I seemed to get a reaction. Did you yourself witness that?
See, I heard that
Get a
noise.
reaction?
It was a bang on the
Did you
ceiling.
yourself witness that?
Right there. You hear
Yeah.
that? I heard that.
Action?
Boom. And
Did
this
you
building's
yourself
empty.
witness
Right
that?
above my head. And there's no one up there.
No, this building's empty except for us. There it is. Yeah.
There's a word before, but it's too quick. That's people
It's outside.
walking by. Oh my God, he's doing it right after it heard the music. Is that crazy?
If there's something I didn't ask you that you would like me to know, could you please say it now?
That is funny. Like that music, huh?
I would like to know from anyone who is connected to these hats, can you please let us all know if heaven is real?
Was the tragedy because of a fire? Can you tell us your name, please? Your name, please? Can you tell us your name, please? Us, your name, please?
So something about talking
Tell
to
us.
you.
Your name, please?
Why they talk to you?
Tell
Something like
us.
that.
Your name, please? Your name, please?
Who are they talking to?
Your name, please?
Maybe this is who they talk to.
Tell us. Your name, please?
Who are they talking to?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Why do you haunt these items?
Jackie said it sounds like I can't talk to you.
What?
I can't talk to you.
I can't talk to you? Maybe. Maybe that's one of the children.
Where do you go when you're not here?
That did sound like a young voice.
Did you have a favorite child in the orphanage? And if you did, could you say their name? How many of us are here? Are you at peace?
Strong peace.
So, who said I can't talk to you? Was that a child connected to this? One of the people that were in the orphanage, maybe? You could talk to us. You said I can't talk to you. It's okay for you to talk to us. Were you someone who was there in that orphanage? Could you make that music if it was you? Who said you can't talk to us? All right.
They were saying that we never get answers about heaven. Maybe
No.
we're not supposed to know.
No, I did get an answer about purgatory one
We
time.
did.
But let's move on to the.
Kay actually said maybe if you address him as father and see what response you get.
Father, you did say you were a priest. So I'm assuming you were with the church for a long time. Priests are usually with the church their whole lives in most cases. Father, did you stay at St. Lucie Orphanage for your entire career? Okay, I'm gonna move on to the next one.
Yeah.
This is gonna, I mean, I'm sure we're probably half hour in already.
Oh
right?
God, yeah, we're 35 minutes
That's what I
in.
mean. So I thank you, Father, for speaking with us. I would hope whoever said I can't talk to you or speak with you, I would hope maybe we'll come back one time and you can say a little more. You'll feel comfortable talking more to us. But Father, thank you for joining us and sharing and for making that music and making Chris over here jump and cover her mouth twice already. I appreciate it though. So thank you for joining us. And hopefully we'll be able to find out whatever that tragedy is maybe next
And
time.
find out which father this is, or if
and
it's
maybe
more than
get your
one.
name. That would be even better because we weren't able to get that. Thank you though. Take this.
Excuse me. That was right out of the. That blew my mind.
Save the doll for last. Do the weird looking thing.
Well, I'm not
First.
touching that one because that's supposed to be dark. So that's your call.
Leave it to me. I'll turn the light on so we can see it.
Okay. Thank you, Karen and Laurel.
Okay.
This is supposed to be a dark piece,
I
so
got this thing here. Looks like some kind of dragon. Looks.
it's got. I don't know if you guys can see this. We're trying to do this. Yeah, your hat's like right over the light from that. There you go. I know it's hard. That piece is heavy, isn't it?
It's not super heavy. It's got some weight to it.
I don't want to get too close to it. It's dragon, right?
Yeah, there's an empty inside. I don't know what was in there. Alrighty. That's me.
I got a tickle.
That's me. That's all.
John
me.
set that all off, guys. So just so you know.
There.
There's a little card with it. We're gonna find out. I got it's like.
You're gonna need to step out for this one.
I'm
already
gonna
see
try
it
not
coming.
to. Let's try to do our thing.
I already see it coming. Okay.
It's not allergies. All of a sudden, I'm having a hard time breathing, and there's a
So
tightness in my throat.
You may have seen us before. I know we were here when this piece was brought in, but I know you just kind of watched us talk to the priest, assistant priest, and now we're going to speak with you. I'll explain to you the same thing that I explained to the priest, that my name is John, this is Chris, and we come in and just try to speak whoever might be connected to things that belong to them, or items that they made, or things that were in their family. And we try to learn more about them and let them tell their story, or we try to, oh, there we go. See it?
Okay. So what is this thing? That's what everybody's asking.
This is a temple ritual bell from a prominent local collector, possibly Tibetan. Claims are it has a dark attachment. Temple ritual bell. Okay. So again, the things that we put around there was already reacting to a presence. If you release your energy from that bell, you'll see different lights of different colors all around, down the bottom, up top. Things that work by you moving your hand or touching them, or just by moving around. This is a music circle there. These two circles here, you could just move your hand and they'll light up different colors, like a rainbow, like that. Then we have something, if you tap, it will play music. See how these eggs, yep, all that stuff works like that. Just by touching, by tapping down, they'll light up and they'll twinkle. We have one that says yes, one that says no. So we have a temple ritual bell. So what we try to do is we try to do our own kind of version of a ritual where we talk to spirits using these different things. We don't use a bell, but we use.
Oh.
Yes. So we use music as well.
I'm confused of why things that are used for rituals, like, of a religious nature, why would darkness be attached to them?
You never know what people are using it. People use religion for different types of things, good and bad.
Yeah.
You never know. Do you want to put that down and just?
I might have to, because it's getting harder and harder to breathe, and I don't know why.
Put it somewhere where they can see me. The SLS, I don't know how you can do that.
I mean, they're not going to be able to see the SLS. I'll tough it out. I'll just, if it gets worse,
Well,
then.
if you're going to keep suffering and coughing. What do you want to do?
They won't be able to see the
Well,
SLS.
they're gonna have to do without. Just put it somewhere else then.
It's just like I said, it's just tightening on my throat. And I just don't want to mess around. Let's see if I can get you guys set up where you can see John and
You able to see the table and everything too?
I got to see first. I'm trying to see. Make something go off on the table, please. Let me turn this a little. That's my hand, guys. One more time. Yeah.
What about the tripwires up above?
Not some. I mean, I got some of it, but not so much. I want to try to tip it more. And there we go. And that should do. All right. Sorry.
Okay. So again, this bell was used for rituals. I did kind of ding the bell with the chain when I was putting it down there. I just want to find out more about you. Who possibly used this bell, what it was used for, what kind of ritual. Was it used for, people say religion, but was this used for kind of like dark magic, dark purposes? Again, just release your energy from the bell, and you could answer that way, or I'm going to try to hear your voice soon. I will say that I'm getting a bad headache now myself, and I have this weird like I walked into something that like a musky basement. You know how you get that smell that kind of hits you in the face and kind of stays with you, and it's right here. That's kind of what I'm smelling. I'm smelling like a musky, like a basement smell. And it's just like I'm in a basement. I can smell that. It's just there. And it's weird, really weird. And my head's starting to hurt. So we'll try to do a little time with this and see what happens. So again, my name is John. I want to use this ritual item to connect with whatever spirits that are attached to it. I will use my flashlight to ring it. You're going to see everything go off here, guys. It's me doing it. Don't think that it's anything paranormal. So that's the best I could ring the bell without something being inside of it. I'd like to start the ritual, and I'd like to speak with whoever is attached to this, however many of you there are. Okay, good. That's it. Release your energy. You could tap on that yourself. If you tap down, that music will keep playing. The longer you keep tapping and tapping and forcing your hand down like that, the more I'm going to see over there. Okay? Is this a dangerous item? Would you describe this piece as dangerous, not to be fooled with? You got to let me know, because someone's going to buy this item and bring it home with them. Is it true that this was from Tibet? So we'll try to hear your voice, okay? I'm going to turn on a box that I may be able to hear you speak, and I'm going to record the session as well on my spirit box so that I could play it back in case I miss anything. But I want you to try to talk out loud and talk through this box right here that I'm pointing at with the light right here. Okay? I'm going to turn this on, and hopefully we can hear you. Pressure. Lots of pressure. Very strange. Do you have a problem with that noise? I just heard your voice. Could you tell me your name? It's actually my cell phone, believe it or not. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry about that. I got to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. All right. Don't worry about that anymore. Okay. I'm going to turn this on again. I'm going to press the recorder. I'm going to put it over here. Hello, can you hear me? My name is John. Can you say something? Tell me your name. What is this? What is this used for? I want to know that. Say that again. I asked you what it was used for. Is this dangerous? What if I take it down off of there and hold it? Is that okay if I grab it? Forever. What is forever? Were you affecting Chris? Did you do that? She went in the other room. Did you do that on purpose? So I'm going to take that off of there. And I'm going to hold on to it. Unless you tell me not to. That's something there. All right, I'm grabbing it now. I didn't hear what you said. I'm grabbing it again. I'm going to ring it. Are there any spares here attached to this? Speak so I can hear you. I'm going to put this right here for now. And I just want to see if anything came through on the recorder. I did hear one answer, but it was really low, and that's why I play it back. So a lot of times with the Spirit Box stuff, real time, you don't hear it. And then I listen back to the live stream and I hear responses that I didn't hear the first time. Put it over here. Hello, can you hear me? My name is Sean. Can you say something? Tell me your name. What is this? What is this used for? Someone says, stop it. Stop it. Oh, the phone fell. I just noticed that. The damn phone isn't there. Jesus Christmas. Sorry, guys. I just noticed she set the phone up and it totally fell down. All right. I'm going to keep this over here while I listen back to this because she's not in the room with me. How long was that like that? Was that like that for a while? How long was that like that? Was that like that for a while? Since 8:35. I don't know what time it is. A while. It moved twice. Oh, nice. All right, hold on. I'll get to this. I want to know that. Say that again. Wow, 15 minutes? I asked you what it was used for. Is this dangerous? What if I take it down off of there and hold it? Is that okay if I grab it? Whatever. I did say whatever. Whatever. Forever. What is forever? Were you affecting Chris? Did you do that? She went in the other room. Did you do that on purpose? Forever? You think so? So I'm going to take that off of there. And I'm going to hold on to it. Unless you tell me not to. Not to. I like can't risk it. Sounds like can't risk it. Can't risk it. That's something that. All right, I'm grabbing it now. No, can't risk that. I didn't hear what you said. I'm grabbing it again. I'm going to ring it.
know any spirits here attached to this? Speak so I can hear you. Something's floated by me. I'm going to put this right here for now. I'm going to try a regular EVP with this over here. Kind of hard to do this by myself, but all right, I'm going to put the recorder down right in front of it, guys, so you can see it. There's the recorder. There's the item. And I'm just going to do a real quick EVP session. Actually, I might put it back up where it was. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to ring it again, though, before I do that. I'm making everything go off, so in case you see anything, that's just me doing that. I put it back up there. It's right there. Try to get some light up there. There we go. All right. I got my recorder. There's my recorder. I'm putting it down. Can you tell me the name of the person who's attached to this ritual item? What types of rituals was this used for? What country did this come from? Is there a dark attachment or something bad connected to this item? Chris had to leave the room because she was coughing and not feeling well, and I have a really bad headache. Are you doing that on purpose? A collector had owned this item. I don't know for how long, but is it okay for someone to bring this into their home? Do you remember who the previous owner was of this item?
Again, I have to kind of hold my breath and stop from coughing myself. Are you doing that on purpose? Was this used to banish bad or negative spirits and something attached to it? Oof. I was holding that one in. All right, let's try this. Just again, bear with me because I'm trying to do one hand and the other hand, and it is not easy. That's my recorder. I'm putting it down. The name of the person who's attached to this ritual item? What types of rituals was this used for? What country did this come from? What was that? A whistle? Hold on a minute. Is there a dark attachment or something bad connected to this item? To this item, or something bad connected to this item? There's like a breath in there item. Too. It was just a exhale. Something bad connected to this item. Another breath. Chris had to leave the room because she was coughing and not feeling well, and I have a really bad headache. Are you doing that on purpose? What the hell? Hold on. Are you doing that on purpose? Bad headache. Are you doing that on purpose? I hear like a yeah. Are you doing that on purpose? Yeah, huh? Are you doing that on purpose? It's either two words. You hear I am? Hell yeah? Really? A collector had owned this item, I don't know for how long, but is it okay for someone to bring this into their home? No, I can't. Someone to bring this into their home. Is it a no? Hold on.
For someone to bring this into their home.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's either or. Okay, everybody's saying no. Okay. Yeah, the way it's making me feel, I won't bring it into my home.
Do you remember who the previous owner was of this item?
It's either a long no or it is a home. I think I'm leaning towards no. Oh, there's a
Again,
no.
I have
Hold on.
to kind of hold my breath and stop from coughing myself.
I was just
Are
surprised.
you doing that on purpose?
Yeah, that was a no.
Was this used to banish bad or negative spirits and something attached to it?
Yeah, see, this one is not as active with anything around it as far as like reaction to movement, EMF, touch, nothing like that. But the feeling is way, way off with this thing. Way off. I mean, like I said, I still have the dank, dirty basement feeling like I'm in just a basement that has, you know, I was just in Liberty Hall's basement, and it's kind of like one of those musty, it rained and it was flooded and they dried it out, and it's just dead air. That's what the air feels like around this thing, and it's definitely a pressure nausea feeling for sure. So not as much, and if that was a no, maybe it was a no, but this is more feel than anything else. I wouldn't bring this into my home. I don't like this feeling. I don't like the smell. So that's just me. But not willing to engage much. It's not a no, it smells like I said, a dank, dusty, gross, hot, basement. When you go in the basement in the summertime after it rained or something, it's just that's what I'm smelling. And it's right like as if someone had their fingers in that basement and then stuck it up my nose. Smell it that close to me. So I'm going to leave you alone. I am going to give you the opportunity one more time to show me. I'm going to stand over here. I'll tell you what, I'm going to try this. I'm going to stand over here by the SLS camera, and I'm going to ask you to show yourself. Could you do that? Could you stand by that item over there? I'm right over here. I'll stay back here. Show yourself to me. Show me the spirits that's attached to that. I want to see what you're capable of. Someone's going to bring this home. Show me. Yeah, this is way more of a feeling thing than it is anything else, which is kind of strange, but it does happen. Nothing there. Okay. All right. I'm going to move on because my head is killing me. So that's enough of that one. Really strange. Again, I prefer the ones that interact with their voice and with their energy than the ones that do this. The ones that do this, it just takes a toll. It takes a toll on you when you just, you know, when you just feel the pressure in your head and your stomach turns and you just, it does. It makes you not want to keep going because you really have to just get that thing and get it out of here. It's the only way you feel better. Last chance, and then I'm moving on. Would you like to go back to your previous owner, that collector? Show yourself to me and I'll see what I can do. Or maybe he got rid of you for a reason too. Okay, I'm gonna move on. I don't like this pressure in my head. All right, I'm gonna move this out of here. All right, I'm coming over. I got you. That's me. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove it and put it in the other room. Ow. I'm gonna put this out here. Ugh. That's what you do. You remove yourself from it. And you move on. Coming back in? Hello? 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 I won't scare you. Hey, you want to leave? Huh? Do you want to leave? Do you? Do you want to leave? Yes? Do you want to leave? Do you want to leave? I'm talking to you.